Holy smokes, what's going on? Oh my gosh, we found another. They don't call me the Cybercab Whisperer for nothing, because here it is, supercharging. Well, the weather is beautiful here in Austin, Texas. Finally, we just came out of a deep winter freeze, a crazy ice storm. And now it's time for the robo-taxis to come back out on the street. And I had somebody show up in town here and he's trying to fix my front bumper, but good luck with that. Dan.
It took me 8 hours to fly here yesterday. And the whole way I'm like, please happen. Please have them have unsupervised. And because they haven't had them all week because of this weather.
Yeah.
So I'm only here for 24 hours. So I hope that it happens today. But I also want to see the robo-taxi. No, well, Cybercab.
The Cybercab. Well,
I messed up those two names.
You came to the right guy because I am the self-proclaimed Cybercab Whisperer.
It's crazy.
It happened to just pull up right here behind us and plug into the supercharger. So let's take a look at how this thing connects. So here it is, guys. First views of the Cybercab. Now, this vehicle here is V001. So that could be testing or prototype version 1, or perhaps, is this the very first Cybercab? You guys tell me in the comments. I don't know. This looks pretty cool, but this is what you want to see right here. So we're at a version 3 supercharger on the edge of Austin, and look at this. There was a few guys that commented on my previous Cybercab video saying, hey, I think that could be a charge port. Turns out you guys are vindicated. You are right. We are plugged in here. And look, I've never seen this before, but that is an all-weather cap on a Tesla. And it's on a little cable tether there too. That's kind of interesting. But you guys, you can see the hinge mechanism there. You can see that we're plugged in. There's a little popper at the top. Very, very cool. This is the first time we're getting this type of footage. Unbelievable. It looks like it could be, it looks like it's just sort of a push thing. You just kind of push and then it pops out and swings down. And then you pull off that weather cap and you can see that it's kind of dirty. So there's definitely some dust, road grime and whatnot that gets up into that port area, but that rubber grommet protects from the elements. Very, very cool, guys. Amazing that we're actually seeing this in real time. The Cybercab looks completely unreal. No rear window. This is the closest I've been to it since the We Robot 1010 event down in California. But these are the smooth disc wheels. Of course, those just pop off. We got a little larger tire on the rear. They're running a Continental tire, and it is a 225/60 R21A contact on the rear. Very cool. The operator is actually inside the vehicle right now. We're not going to bother him, but I just thought this was kind of interesting. This is definitely a prototype because we've got body fitment issues on the door here. You can see that the weather stripping has actually been ripped up here on the front door as well. That's quite unique. Guys, this is unreal, actually. So definitely, you know, a pre-production tester type unit. Very, very cool to get this close, guys. Of course, we're not going to touch the vehicle, but you can see that this is definitely one of the early ones. You can see that door fitment is a little different. Again, you're talking about a vehicle that is pre-production, most likely hand-built in a lot of ways. Continental tires on the front there as well. Beautiful. So cool to see it here out in the public eye. And check it out on the front license plate. It says robo-taxi, not Cybercab. There's that front camera. Holy smokes. What's going on? Oh my gosh, we found another Cyber. This is, oh my gosh. It's going down, guys. They are coming in. Let's see, what are the controls like here? Hands are on the wheel. There's the wheel, guys. This is it. Oh my goodness. We hit the mother load. And there's that front bumper. It's got that hole in the front license plate. Looks like, what is it? Toe straps? Incredible. Very, very cool. Okay, so this one says V001. So that's a version 1 as well. So that is obviously not the VIN number. Very cool. This one is kind of dirty. Very cool. Wow. This is the future, guys. Another one plugged in, getting charged up. We just heard the connectors go, quite a loud thunk actually. Those connectors just went as it begins to supercharge here in Austin. Car just locked up there. We saw the lights flash. There's some exciting stuff going on here. You can see there's damage here actually. It looks like it's chipped away, the plastic. But again, these are the early cars. The version 1. Yeah, this is...
That's totally wrong, man.
This is pretty crazy.
It looks like a metal little, I don't know, charging thing. That's why I have you here, because you're good.
Yeah, look at the paint is worn off on this corner here. That's interesting. From where? Yeah, this is pretty cool though. Smile, we're on Sentry. Say hello to engineering. You guys have the best job in the world. Awesome. Dan, what do you think?
I mean, I came here thinking we might not see anything. I'm making a video about like 3 things I want to see today, and one of them was to see one of these. And I thought, probably not going to see it. Didn't even start filming the video, and all of a sudden we see not just 1, but 2 of them pull up. I think we picked a pretty good day.
Surrounded by Cybercabs here.
If we wait here, there'll probably be 30 of them in the next 30 minutes.
They're spawning. So one of the really cool things about the Cybercab, I had a chance to kind of peek in. It's really tough to film because of the reflection on the glass, but the steering wheel column is just a big aluminum extrusion. They've like tore open the whole front of the dash. I think they actually put a different screen in it, because the screen that I saw at the We Robot event was absolutely enormous. And I think, and this one's still big, but I'm almost wondering if they're using some of the Cybertruck components. Obviously the steering wheel is the Cybertruck Squircle that they've got in there. And then there's like a tilt lever, but there's no turn signal stock, none of that stuff. It's just raw triangular aluminum extrusion coming out of the dash. So that's kind of interesting. And it's a very unfinished look. They've got a ton of like, I guess foam, like black foam, almost looks like dark gray pool noodles, just zip tied to different parts of the dash to prevent maybe the operator from banging their knee or whatever when they get in and out. But it really looks, honestly, like it's not supposed to be there. And so this is the Cybercab. Look at the sleek aerodynamic lines on this thing here. Just incredible. Now this hole in the bumper, I've noticed this in a bunch of different pictures, videos, but here it is, guys, like super close up. This looks like it's some sort of pull toe strap. I don't know. Of course we can't touch it. We're going to respect Tesla's property. There's the front camera there. Get in close on that. But what do you guys think this is? Tell me in the comments. Is this a pull cord? Does this open a hidden panel? I know there isn't a frunk, but maybe they need to access some of the stuff like quickly, and it's like a rip cord. I'm not sure. But here's those tires. 215/60 R18 on the front. Continental A contact. Got those smoothie wheel covers there. Take a look at the enclosure for the side repeater camera. There's a good close-up there. And we can see we've got this decal on the side. Now this is an overlay. It's actually printed on gold. The black paint, black ink is on the gold there. Tesla Engineering Prototype V001. And they all have the same sticker, which is kind of interesting. It's not a designation. You can see the edges of the wrap here. So this is a gold wrap that they've put over top of this paneling. Here's a close-up to some of that fitment stuff. You can see some of the wear marks. There's like little dimples underneath. So this is a much earlier prototype that they're out here testing with. Rear tire, also a Continental. And we've got 225/60 R21 on the rear. And looks like an alloy rim, not a steel rim, judging from the reflection here. And there's our pillar camera. Now there's a little hole here. That's kind of interesting. Wonder if that's for cleaning, and it looks like it's just like glued in there. I mean, this is really rudimentary. Very interesting. And we can't get inside, so I don't want to touch the car. Coming to the back here, we've got that charge port. It's got that dust cap. Looks like it's 3D printed or something to that effect. Supercharger's plugged in. We're at a V3 supercharger here. There's the Adventure Plaid. Shout out to the Adventure Plaid. And we're plugged in. We heard the contactors. They're quite loud. Yeah, I mean, I'm used to hearing them from inside the vehicle, but they're pretty loud when this thing fired up. But it looks like this is not spring-loaded. This just kind of gravity is holding this door open. So that's kind of unique. Some wear on the corners here as well. And this one's pretty dirty. You know, they haven't, they've been out working with this thing, and obviously it's been out in poor weather. We just had some terrible weather here in Austin, and it looks like this thing could have been out doing some testing, or maybe it's just out in the parking lot, but definitely has not been washed. So here's the other side of that rear bumper. You can see you've got turn signals, brake lights integrated. We've got some brake lights up in the spoiler area here. There's the rear camera. Now this looks like there is a little bit of, I don't know, crumbling or damage. You can see a little chip kind of up in the top area there. I don't know what that is. That must be the washer fluid, maybe. Maybe they cut that out afterwards. But those are definitely, it's a little more rough up inside there. Those holes are not smooth. So those are definitely, I would say, you know, it's a brittle plastic, and those would have been added after the fact. So coming around the other side here, we can see we've got cladding on the rocker panel. Again, that's for wear and tear, longevity. As this thing is used for a commercial vehicle, robo-taxi, that's going to take a lot of beating actually, from heels, things getting dragged in and out, people kicking it, getting in and out of the vehicle, as well as spray coming up from the front wheel there. So that, you want that to be an easily replaceable, non-painted surface. So that looks like what they've done here, kind of heavy-duty ABS plastic. And then inside, of course, this is not the finished product, but there you can kind of get a glimpse. Let's see if I can get the camera to focus. There we go. Get a look inside of that temporary steering wheel. Now, we heard from Elon on the latest earnings call that this vehicle is not designed to be built with a steering wheel, so this is very temporary. You can see that it really doesn't even kind of line up with the rest of the dash. They've torn the dash apart, added in this steering wheel and column. So that is very curious and interesting to see. Got a sun visor pulled down there. You guys can see that with the mirror integrated into it. That's kind of a little different look. Normally Teslas have little, you know, doors, covers on top of those mirrors. This one does not. There's a big seam in the roof as well. So that's kind of unique. I wonder if that has to do with the unboxed process and assembly of this this unique vehicle. Of course, no side mirrors, and inside no rear view mirror as well. You can see on the top of the windscreen, there is the camera enclosure. That is fully enclosed. You can see there's no opening at the base of it. So on a lot of Teslas, the older ones, this area here was open and there was a lot of off-gassing. So they've sealed that off. So that's interesting to see. 2 windshield wipers. There is not a mono wiper like on the original Roadster and Cybertruck, 2 wipers. And the headlights are integrated into the light bar, so very different from the Model Y. We can see those headlights, and these will be a very good Matrix style headlight system, no doubt. All right, well, they just plugged. Is all done, and here goes the Cybercab on those controls, manual driving, turning that steering wheel, that squircle. There's the Cybercab. Still in manual mode. I can still see him turning the wheel. Holy crap. He just reefed that thing out of the back of the Cybercab. So that is a tight fit. Wow. He was just like really pulling on it. That was something. I wonder, because the guy that just unplugged it, he just got into this robo-taxi here. And then this other employee is taken off in the Cybercab. I wonder if they had him come over because they couldn't unplug it or something. I don't know. So we just heard the contactors go. It seems like this Cybercab has finished being charged. Really exciting to see it here in person, get up close with it. I'm so glad I've been able to share it with you guys and be one of the first to get up close and personal with Cybercab on the road. So make sure that you're subscribed to the channel. Josh West 24/7 is your source for all Austin robo-taxi, Cybercab, Tesla, road tripping content. So make sure you subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications as well. But that's all for this video. I want to thank Dan from What's Inside. We'll put a link to his channel as well. And we'll see you in the next video.